The 1960s in the United States were tumultuous, marked by profound social and cultural changes. This era witnessed a distinctive rise in crime, with various forms reflecting the chaos and conflict of the decade. One of the most pressing issues was violence related to the civil rights movement. As the fight for racial equality intensified, a fierce backlash emerged. Activists bravely stood for justice, often facing severe threats, brutal assaults, and in tragic cases, murder. The assassination of civil rights leader Medgar Evers in 1963 illustrated the lethal risks associated with the struggle for equal rights, casting a dark shadow over the quest for justice and highlighting the moral battles of the time. In parallel, organized crime flourished as major mafia families such as the Gambinos and Genoveses became notorious during this decade. Cities like New York and Chicago served as their strongholds, where extortion, racketeering, and drug trafficking thrived. The mafia's influence over politics and law enforcement illustrated the deep-rooted corruption within society. Their power shaped not only the criminal landscape, but also the socioeconomic conditions of the neighborhoods they infiltrated, further complicating the crime issue of the era. Drug-related crime surged alongside the burgeoning counterculture movement. The explosion of marijuana and psychedelic drugs captivated youth, alarming authorities and prompting policing strategies aimed at curtailing this new wave of experimentation. While the war on drugs would gain momentum later, the 1960s experienced a series of raids and arrests attempting to suppress this vibrant drug culture, complicating civil liberties against the backdrop of a changing societal landscape. Property crimes, too, escalated as economic disparities widened. With urban areas struggling against the tide of poverty and unrest, burglary and theft became more prevalent, reflecting the frustrations of disenfranchised communities. These property crimes highlighted not just individual desperation, but also systemic issues, as the social fabric frayed in the face of socioeconomic challenges. In a generational shift, youth delinquency spiked, driven by the rebellion against traditional norms. Teenagers began to embrace new identities, leading to heightened gang activity and vandalism. The 1960s shifted public perception of juvenile crime, transforming views on youth culture and its implications for societal values. Political violence reached alarming heights, culminating in tragic assassinations that shocked the nation. The killings of figures like President John F. Kennedy in 1963 and Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968 disrupted civil discourse and underscored the volatile political climate of the decade. These events not only failed to quell dissent, but instead deepened the social and political fissures within America.